Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the GE Refrigerator Defrost Thermostat. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new defrost thermostat. The defrost thermostat is part of the defrost system located in the freezer. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if it's failed and the evaporator is freezing up, causing the fresh food section to be warm. In order to change the defrost thermostat, we have to open up the freezer door. Now that we have the door open, we can take out the upper three shelves. The lower two come out the same way. All you have to do is pull them out till they stop, and then lift up on the front and pull them out the rest of the way. The upper one, all you have to do is lift up on the left side so the legs on the right release, and then you can pull it out of the freezer at a little bit of an angle. Once you have them all out, you can set them aside. Now we can reach in with the Phillips screwdriver and take out the screw that holds the light lens in. Once you have the screw out, we can reach in and release the tabs. There's a locking tab on each side. We're just going to squeeze on the light lens to release them and let the light lens lower down, and then we can lift the lower two tabs out and pull the light lens out of the freezer. Now we can reach in and take both light bulbs out. All you have to do is unscrew them counterclockwise. Once you have them both out, you can set them aside. Now we can remove the four screws that hold on the back panel. We're going to use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take them out. Now that we have the screws out, we have to get underneath the panel with a flathead screwdriver. We have to get underneath this lip right here and kind of lift the panel up so it comes up over this lip on the bottom. Once you have it off, you can grab the panel and turn it so the left side comes out first. Once you have it free, you can pull it out of the freezer. Now that we have the back panel out, we can reach in and take the defrost thermostat off the evaporator line. You want to be careful when you're reaching in here that you don't damage the copper or aluminum lines. The defrost thermostat is just held on with this clamp. So we're going to carefully reach in and unclip it with a flat blade screwdriver. All you have to do is flex it so it releases, and then we can reach in and take it off the line. Once you have the clip released, we can pull it out, and then we can grab our wire cutters and cut the defrost thermostat off. When you cut the wires, you want to make sure you cut them off as close as possible to the old defrost thermostat. Once you have the wires cut, we can pull the defrost thermostat out of the freezer. Here's the old defrost thermostat next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. They do give you some extra wire. Depending upon your application, you may need it. We're going to trim ours down a little bit so we don't have so much excess. But we are going to trim and leave maybe about 4 inches. Once you have the excess wire cut off, we're going to strip off the ends so we can connect it in the freezer. Once you have the wire trimmed down, we can put it into the freezer. We have to strip the wires that are in the freezer. So we're just going to strip them back 1/4 of an inch or so. And it doesn't matter what type of connector you use, whether you use a butt connector or a wire nut. You just want to make sure that you get a good connection and make sure that it's got some tape or shrink tube on it. We can splice on the new defrost thermostat. Before we put the new defrost thermostat in, we're going to put our heat shrink tube and the connectors on out here, so it makes it easier rather than doing it in the freezer. So we're just going to connect each connector on. Once you have them gripped onto the defrost thermostat wires, we can put it into the freezer. To connect the wires, we're just going to match it up and connect the orange to the orange and the red to the red. All you have to do is grab the wires and put them into the connectors and crimp them down. Once you have both wires connected, we can slide the heat shrink up, and then you can use a lighter to carefully shrink them down, or if you have a heat gun, you can use that. Once you have the connections protected, we can remount the thermostat. You have to open up this clamp right here, and then we're going to go over the aluminum line. You want to be careful when you put it on that you don't damage anything. You can snap it on a little bit to the left, although where it was, there's a little bit more room behind the plastic to put it down around there, and then you can slide it back up over here to the right. Once you have it in place, you can snap the clamp together to hold it in place. Once you have it in place, we can put the freezer back together. To put the back panel in, we're going to put the right side in and then carefully swing the left side around. Then we can lift it up, and we have to make sure that these metal tabs right here go behind the plastic housing where these tabs are. So you're going to have to push in on it to get it to go behind. Might have to do each side. And then lift it up so the screw holes are lined up. At the bottom, we're going to use a screwdriver, just like we did when we took it off, to make sure that the back panel is on the silver tray. Once you have it on all the way, we can use the 1/4-inch nut driver to put the screws in. Now that we have the screws in, we can put the light bulbs back in. All you have to do is screw the light bulbs back into the socket clockwise to tighten them down. Now we can put the light lens back on. To put the light lens in, we're just going to line it up so the screw hole opening goes above the mounting tab, and then we're going to rotate it down to make sure that the 4 locking tabs lock into place. Once you have it mounted, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screw in. Now that we have the light lens in, we can put the shelves in. To put the shelves in, all you have to do is line them up on the rails and push them back into place. To put the upper one in, you want to make sure the feet are on the right hand side, and you can put it in at an angle and set it down. Now that we have the shelves back in, you can close the freezer door, plug it back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.